Tell me one or two things you like about China.
Okay, girls and
Number
food.
one.
Yeah.
Okay, girls and food.
Okay, girls and girls.
The level of surveillance here is quite high. So you don't, if you have this mind, oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna try to get away with it, there's almost no way you can get away with it.
China is much more developed than is being portrayed in the Western media and than people know it out there.
And the thing that I don't like, and since before till now, that's the bureaucracy thing, and all the rules that concerns foreigners. They are not regulated properly. So
There's no third party where you can go and you can fix that.
And definitely,
Somebody that has power over all of it.
and definitely you should speak Chinese,
Yeah,
like 100%.
yeah.
No one talks to you in English, so you
Yeah.
have to translate. If you don't speak Chinese or write Chinese, then you
Yes.
have to ask help or
Yeah.
translate by yourself.
Yeah. I am Ricardo from Colombia.
Okay.
I've been in China like last 25 years.
25 years.
I'm joking.
First we to Colombia because earlier I remember Ukraine, right?
now you should see your eyes.
It's like what? Okay, do it one more time.
Yeah, you feel uncomfortable because you'll find people looking at you, taking pictures. Some would want, they really infringe on your privacy.
You haven't been to China? Welcome. 欢迎光临.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
This is Jonas from Eminas YouTube channel, and today I'm here out on the street to ask foreigners about China and life. And stay tuned, guys.
Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They're deceived with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go.
What's your name? Where you from? And how long have you been here in China?
Okay, my name is Igor. Hello world. I'm from Ukraine. I've been in China for probably 9 years. It's my second interview today. I'm so happy.
I'm Artem. I'm from Ukraine. Been here like 8 years.
Yeah, you know what, my friend, so Ukrainian friends are like, huh? I know this guy is from Ukraine. Why are you saying from Colombia?
Well, my name is Daniel Ogutu. I'm from Kenya. I've been in China cumulatively for about 10 years. Initially, I was here from 2010 to 2019. Then during the COVID pandemic, I went back to my home country and came back in December of 2022.
Hi, hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good. What's your name? Where are you from? And how long have you been here in China?
My name is Emily. I'm from Iran and I've been here for 18, 19 years.
19 years.
Yes,
That's quite a long time.
I know.
All right. What was your expectation about China before you come here?
So before coming to China, I had no expectation because I never been to this part of the world in Asia. So I just want to see something new, and everything was like beyond my expectations. So that was cool.
Yeah, same here, same here.
Well, I first came to China a long time ago, and by then, the expectation as portrayed by the Western media, China was still a third world country. But actually, when I came, I found the opposite. Really, China is much more developed than is being portrayed in the Western media, and than people know it out there.
Actually, I was gonna ask you what was the expectation about China before you came here, but
Expectation.
because
Oh, like-
you came here when you were a kid.
Yeah, I was brought here, so.
Yeah. But what do you think though? Other people's expectation? Because you've had or you have many foreign friends, right?
I think again, it's same thing with struggles. Everybody has a different expectation when they come here, right? Some people come here for the job opportunities. Other people come for studies or business opportunities that they can get here. For example, when I was at uni, a lot of the exchange students would come to China because they wanted to kind of like experience China, the Chinese life, also at the same time travel around, not only travel around the country, but also to the neighboring countries. I know a lot of foreigners, they feel like China is a great place because not only there are great job opportunities here, but also it's kind of like a hub where they can go to different countries around. For example, it's close to Japan, Korea, Philippines. So it makes traveling much easier, whereas like if they're back in Europe or the UK or US, they have to take long flights on each holiday, which is going to be a waste of time.
All right.
Yeah.
What are the struggles in China as a foreigner?
What are struggles?
Visa.
Visa police.
Yeah.
Visa officer.
every time, right?
Not every time, but sometimes.
All right.
So generally the struggle is to have this stable job, to have the very stable job and have your own visa issues fixed.
Well, initially the struggle, of course, is with the language because many people in many cities do not understand English. So communication was a problem. But I think I have to say that of late things have really improved because many Chinese can communicate in English. So you can find your way around, you can order food, buy stuff.
What do you think? What are the struggles as a foreigner here in China?
I think everybody has their own struggles, given what their intention is when they come here, what they do. I'm sure students face certain kind of struggles, whereas people who come here for work, employees, or people have their own, those that have their own businesses, they have their own kind of struggles. Everybody faces some sort of a struggle, whether one way or another. But for me personally, sometimes communication can be a little bit difficult. It's not only the language barrier, it's not the difference in language, but also we have to take into account how culture affects the language. And especially for an old country like China with, a long history, of course, culture plays a much bigger role in the language and how things are interpreted. So when you're communicating with Chinese language speaker, you just have to keep kind of consider also where they're from, like maybe even which part of China they're from or what they mean by that. So that's it.
I mean, but now you speak fluent Chinese.
Not fluent, no.
差不多是本地人。
我不是本地人。
Okay. What are the things you wish you knew before moving to China?
Well, that's equivalent to saying maybe regrets. I don't have any regrets. I think this far, culture difference, not very much different. What we have in Africa, that social culture. But I think it's okay. Yeah.
Probably after you come here, I wish I knew this before I come here.
No,
I don't know, cannot say.
Nothing that you remember.
No, the thing that I could prepare at home, it's not really much. Of course, if I wish I knew the language, yeah, that would be like, if you know the language, of course, the opportunities like multiplying.
Yeah.
But how can I know
Of course,
the
you know
language?
the language, you can talk to the girls.
And you can order food, man.
What are the things you like about China?
Okay, girls and
Number
food.
one.
Yeah.
Okay, girls and food.
Okay, girls and girls and some food. No, actually, also one thing, amazing thing in China, that's the delivery thing, or the Taobao, and the availability of stuff you can order online. Like every minute of 24 hours each day, you can find something for yourself, and people-
Anything.
and you can send it back you can order it. Like it's very very cool. Especially the Taobao thing, you can find anything for your money. So that's very very cool. And the thing that I don't like, and since before till now, that's the bureaucracy thing, and all the rules that concerns foreigners. They are not regulated properly. So it makes simple things really sometimes really complicated, and it's a pain in the ass.
Three things you like about China and things you don't like.
All right, 3 things I like about China. 1, well, I'm kind of used to living here, so I kind of consider here as a home.
Okay.
You know, so gosh, let's say, okay, I'm gonna rephrase the question myself, but like, what are the 3 things that I would miss if I were to leave China? Food. Believe it or not, I love Chinese food.
Seems like me is the only person I'm not into. Like, I mean, of course, don't get me wrong. I love Chinese food, right? But I'm so picky.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to get food that I really like.
There are, I think, because okay, to be honest, the first 5 or 6 years, I could not eat Chinese food. I hated it.
Yeah.
I just couldn't. Like, my palate was so different. And then I started having like little here and there, and then I fell in love with it at some point. Of course, there's still some foods that I don't eat, but every time we go traveling, or like when we go back to Iran, I end up missing the food. Second week, I'm like, give me jiaozi.
Every foreigner, by the way, every
Like,
foreigner
I
loves
want-
jiaozi.
Yeah, I want it. Yeah, so food, I'll miss the food. I will definitely miss how that's tricky, because I know, given that there were times that, of course, I went to other countries,
Yeah.
and somehow I feel like a lot of times when we go out here, right, people still smile. People are friendlier.
Okay.
Of course, sometimes you get like that, like kind of like negative interaction. That's the case with everywhere. But I like that here. If I go out right now and I ask somebody, where can I get blah 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 blah,
Yeah.
right? Where is the nearest this, or where can I get that?
They'll be willing to help.
They will be willing to help. Sometimes they can even go like, all right, come with me. I'm going to take you there, right? Whereas like, that's not the case everywhere. And because I also grew up here, I feel this closeness to the people. And what I found interesting was when I went for like a summer course, right? I had classmates from all around, and I still gravitated towards the Chinese classmates.
Okay.
Because I was like, I know them, I feel close to, I feel like I can communicate with them better. I have this connection already.
Yeah, even culture-wise.
Yeah, I know what they, whereas like, sometimes like somebody else would say something and I would be like, that's not the nicest thing to say, you know? So I guess that like how you're brought up really affects you. My family, of course. The like family and friends that I have here, I'll miss them. Granted, yes, most of my friends are already abroad.
Okay. Things that you don't like, or maybe things that you wish they're different.
Okay. Things that I don't really appreciate, okay? Because I just went through this
one way
recently.
to put it.
Yeah. Things that, like, I just went through this recently. So there's this platform, Taobao, right?
Yeah.
And I just feel like what I notice is customer rights is not really a thing here yet. You know what I mean? Like, you can purchase something, right? But there's no legal, like, government-owned sector where you can go and put your complaints there.
We have to put that way, because we may agree on that. You know, customer service here in China is, for me personally,
customer service is great.
Yeah,
customer service is great again, but the legal the legal aspect of it. So for example, let's say if the seller and we don't come into agreement, right? Like, I asked for something, I paid for something, that person delivers something else to me, right? There is nowhere where I can go and say, here's the thing, this is what happened. Whereas, like, like, let's take the legal route now.
Yeah.
You're kind of like, you have to figure out yourself. You have to come into agreement with the seller, and sometimes that's not possible.
Yeah, I mean, we can take example. For example, like if you forget your stuff in Didi, like in Uber, right? You can
Yeah.
call directly to the company and they will fix it for you.
Yes.
But I don't think there's such thing in Taobao, like
On
online
Taobao.
shopping.
There is, but like the process is so long. Or like if you go to a store, right, and you buy something and that like, and somehow that doesn't work, you just have to work out with, if you come into an agreement, if you reach an agreement with the place, with that shop, great. If you don't, there is no third party where
yeah.
you can go and you can fix that.
And definitely
That
you
somebody that has power over all of it.
and definitely you should speak Chinese,
Yeah.
like 100%.
Yeah.
No one talks to you in English, so you
Yeah.
have to translate. If you don't speak Chinese or write Chinese, then you
Yes.
have to ask help or
Yeah.
translate by yourself.
So that's one thing that I don't know. And I'm just saying that because I'm just going through something like that right now. The stupid milk
Good
guy.
timing.
Yeah. So that's one. Another thing is availability of, for example, certain things that, there may be niche, very niche products, but sizes in China are very different. So, like a medium in China is very different from a medium somewhere else.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So then, when it comes to like, if you have a different body type, right, then it becomes quite difficult to find nice clothes
With
in your size.
Yeah.
You kind of have to settle for certain things, and then that's a lot of like buying and trying, and maybe something is like you don't like the fabric or you don't like the cut, because it's so limited. The options are so limited that you just have to make do, or you have to go to the tailor, which itself is a whole different thing, because the style that you may want would be different.
Yeah.
Literally on the tag it says Asian fit. So even international brands are localized.
It actually depends on the city where one is, because there are some cities where when you go, you find yourself people looking at you. For people who don't like attention, you won't like that. Yeah, you feel uncomfortable because you'll find people looking at you, taking pictures. Some would want, they really infringe on your privacy.
How
Yeah.
about things that you like about China?
Uh,
Three things.
Well, you don't need to buy a car to be comfortable in China. They have
Which is good.
well-developed transport system. Yeah.
Do you advise people to come to China in 2023?
Yeah, sure.
100%. You haven't been to China? Welcome. 欢迎光临.
Do you advise foreigners to come to China in 2023? If so, what are your advice?
Okay. I would definitely advise anybody to at least come here and see the place, because it's so different from everywhere else.
Okay.
I think, yes, of course, there is a lot of progress, there's a lot of development in the cities. Like, I feel like when it comes to a lot of the technology or like architectural,
Construction.
yeah, thank you. Construction, I think China will beat any country. Anytime.
I agree with that.
Like
yeah.
if you go to Shanghai, if you go to Shenzhen, I mean the views, everything that you see, it's amazing. And then another one is how convenient it is to get certain. For example, if you want to get some groceries, any time of day, all you have to do is go on one like there are two platforms. You go on it and you type for the thing. You get it from the shop. Most of the times, it is at your door within 45 minutes. That's awesome. And then the delivery fee is not even much. It's like, so it's very affordable. You can even just get one piece of thing, like one I don't know, like one carton of milk, and it's worth it. Whereas I think in some other places you may have to like purchase, like there's a limit to the purchase, and then you can get delivery to your door. So that's another one. That's why I would recommend everybody to at least come see it. If you can find a really good job here with a good pay, I would definitely recommend people to come at least live here for 2 years. Travel around, expand your perspective, expand your way of thinking.
Yeah. So we put it this way. So if it's of course for sightseeing or to visit the country, definitely just pack your things and come here and do your thing. But if you think you can, or if you have a plan to work here, I think it's good to know that you have to have some sort of connections here in China before you come here.
Yeah,
or make sure
talk
that
to
you have the
people.
opportunity.
Yeah, talk to people. Find groups on Instagram. There are Instagram groups, Facebook groups, even like download WeChat and get connected to somebody in China. Download WeChat and they'll try to add you into groups. Ask people what you need to bring. As long as you're aware of some of the challenges that you're going to meet here so that you're prepared for it, then I would say China is a great place to, it's a great temporary place.
All right.
And I'm going to focus, unless your plan is to come here and settle here, maybe get married here, or, you have a whole different plan. Just know your next step before coming, because it's so easy to get swept up in the life here, and then
go there and then I'll figure it out.
Yeah, and then 5 to 6 years after your arrival, you just look back and you're like, wait, what was my goal here? You just have to have a specific kind of plan, and if your plans change, then that's great. Be flexible too.
And given what you said earlier, I think it's another tips, I guess. It's good for them to download WeChat, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what we use here mostly for communication.
Yeah.
We use WeChat. So, and also there are a lot of groups.
Yes, oh my God.
And
you will find anything. There's a hiking group. There's
anything.
There's
any information.
Nightlife. There is anything you could think of.
Yeah.
There's a group for that. You will definitely find like-minded people here,
Even
especially
for jobs.
especially for bigger cities. Oh my gosh, you will have you won't have difficulty finding friends, and everyone's open-minded.
Yeah, and I think that's really, really important.
Yeah.
I personally suggest that. I think that's a good thing to be aware of.
And I forgot about this one.
Yeah.
You'll meet so many different people. This is such an international place. It's very easy to learn about other cultures. So you're not only learning about the Chinese culture, but you get to see different people from around the world, communicate with them, and because you're all in the same country, you have one common subject where you can, connect to each other based on that. Yeah.
So just be open-minded.
Yes.
In short.
Be open-minded. Be flexible. Be adaptable. Don't take things too seriously.
Yeah.
Oh yes, those who have opportunities, they can come to China. But of course, one should only come to China when they have something tangible that they are coming to do, not just coming to look for jobs, opportunities, because there are so many people in China.
Last question. Okay. What do you think about safety in China?
Oh my gosh, it's very safe here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there have been times where I went out at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and I didn't feel even a tiny bit scared.
How about missing?
Oh, there were times where I lost my passport and they found my passport. I mean, it didn't happen too often, but yeah.
Safe. Safe.
But be very aware. Yes, you're very safe here, but it also means that the level of surveillance here is quite high. So you don't, if you have this mind, I'm going to do this and I'm going to try to get away with it, there's almost no way you can get away with it.
Yeah.
So as long as you act right, as long as you respect the laws, I think you're going to be okay. But there's going to be a very big problem where you don't obey the laws because there's a reason why it's safe. Because the punishment, I mean, you really don't want to face that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, there's one thing I forgot to mention. compared to other places I've been to, the cities that I've been living in China are really, really safe, and I really love it about China.
All right.
Yeah, it's so safe. If you got fucked up outside, nothing gonna happen to you.
Yeah, the police will just take you to hospital, you know. They will not beat you up, they will not do any. It happened to some people I know, you know. They just called me, I found a friend. Where? In a hospital. I was thinking something wrong, but he was just drunk a little bit. And it's it, you know.
Take care of it.
Yes, people care.
All right, guys. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
So, by the way, this is our second interview, right? I was interviewing them, but then we messed up with the sound. So, and I want to
More
say
interviews than in my last 5 years I did in this day.
Yeah.
Thanks to this
Thank you.
amazing human being.
It's okay, we can do one more.
thank you, brother. Thank you very much. All right. See you guys. All right.
Hey.
Hit that like button, subscribe, hit that bell, and see you in the next video.
And give
Any-
some
any-
comments there too.
Yeah.
Any message for your future girl?
For my future girl,
Yeah.
I already got a girlfriend, man.
Perfect.
See you soon.
Yeah.
Guys are amazing. all right. Thank you very much, bro.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you
Thank
so.
you for interviewing me.
Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, you're welcome so much for my time.
All right, bye.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go.